Hey, Shaboozey, Shaboozey. We need to talk about Shaboozey. I don't know if I got the pronunciation correct, but anyways, Shaboozey. He recently said that immigrants built America. And honestly, Black Americans is not having it. Not at all. Because here is the truth. Black Americans didn't just contribute. They literally built this country from the enslaved people who worked in the field to the laborers who laid the streets and built the city to the innovators, the artists, the teachers, the doctors. Their work and their blood have been there for centuries. So when someone like Shaboozey comes along and acts like the story of America, it's only about immigrants, it hurts. It erases history. It erases their pain, their struggle, and their countless sacrifice that their ancestors made just to survive in a country that didn't even see them as human. People aren't mad because immigrants haven't contributed. Of course they have, but Black Americans were here first. And to dismiss that, that's ignorance or worse, or even disrespect. And that's why the backlash is so real. People are hot and they have every right to be. My name is Faith, and you're welcome back to Chat with Faith. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a conversation. As always, credit goes to the original creators for every single clip used in this episode.
Bruh, what is Shaboozy talking about?
That's a part of this. Harvey Mason, thank you so much. I have the greatest team in the world. Thank you so much. And again, the last thing I want to say, immigrants built this country, literally. Actually, so this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color. I love y'all so much. Thank you.
Knew the Grammys was gonna do something to annoy me. And Shaboozy set me off, bro. First and foremost, Black Americans, slavery built this country. And to keep skipping over that, to keep acting like that isn't what made this country is disrespectful. And it's why I feel like Black Americans aren't so inspired to stand behind certain things right now, because we're being excluded and everybody's okay with it. It's like nobody's batting an eye. Nobody said, hold up, let's get this thing right. You know what I'm saying? 400 years of free labor, inventions built this country, bro. The culture comes from Black people suffering and still creating and still being great. Until we acknowledge that, bro, I don't want to hear about immigrants built this country, bro. I don't want to hear this shit. Have immigrants over time contributed to America? Of course. And I'm not, we don't have to take that away and disrespect that. But if you gonna disrespect the 400 years that was built before any of your people came over here, or any of these people came over here, or anything like that, the peasants from Europe, people from South America, people from Africa, you have to understand, bro. Black Americans suffered, and through that suffering, they still build something great. And until we acknowledge that, I don't want to hear shit about the immigrants built this country, bro. You feel me? Because it comes off disrespectful, bro. It comes off very disrespectful, you feel me? In every part. And I'm not just talking about the South. I'm talking about out west and Black men building railroads out west, getting shit right. Black coal miners went up to Seattle and they still don't get the respect they deserve. Right now, Seattle was what, less than 7% Black, but them coal miners went up there and straightened that out, made Seattle what it is. Chicago, Black brothers went up there and created the lotto system. New York, first of all, y'all always talking about New York. New York wasn't shit. Let me say this again. New York wasn't shit until Black Americans from the South went up there and created the culture that what is now New York. When you had Black people from the South going up there feeling good about themselves, dressing nice. Next thing you know, New York became the center, fashion capital of the world. Because we had those black enslaved, went up to New York, seen opportunity, felt opportunity, started dressing nice. Statue of Liberty was for black people. Come on, man. So when you say the country was built by immigrants, you're basically ignoring all the contributions of black Americans and the sacrifices they did for this country, man. Black Americans went to war for a country that didn't respect them, brother. Shaboozey, you come from Nigeria, bruh. You sing a song that Jaquan made. You in country. Big Mama Thought suffered, bruh. Had songs taken away from her. Lil Richie never gonna get the respect. He was, throughout his whole life, he wanted his respect for the music contributions that he did. And you to get on that stage and say America was built by immigrants, bruh, is disrespectful. And until America, I don't care about whatever political side you stand on, until America acknowledges the harm is done to black people and give black people that respect, particularly those black people that built this country up and the descendants of those, this shit ain't gonna be right. So I don't want to hear nothing about America was built by some immigrants. I'm just being real.
I would say immigrants built this country.
Here we go.
Actually, so this is for them. For all children of immigrants, this is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color. I love y'all so much. Thank you.
Immigrants did not build the United States of America. Shaboozey talking about, oh, thank you for bringing your culture and your music. Shaboozey does country music. Country music was founded, discovered, and created by Black American people. Shaboozey, from what I know, is an African man. I believe he's Nigerian. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know for sure he's African. And over in Africa, why couldn't you pop in Africa? If y'all built this country, how did you know that there was any place to come to? You contradicted yourself, Shaboozey, by saying, oh, we were able to come here to seek better opportunity. That's because the country and the opportunity was already here because of Black Americans. I think it's so disrespectful. We already have to deal with whitewashing, the whitewashing of our history. A lot of our intellectual properties, our inventions, our ideas, and everything has been stolen by white people, and now we are subjected to it being stolen by immigrants. And I don't agree with this. And y'all want us to just shut the fuck up and sit down and let y'all do this and then holler out we're xenophobic when we say that we're separate from you all. And this is why. It's because y'all are trying to ethnically erase us. It's another form of colonization. And we're not going. We're not going. First, the mayor, Damdi, whoever the fuck, from New York, got up there and said immigrants built New York City. Now Shaboozey is saying immigrants built this country. How did immigrants build this country? And then in the same breath, you say, we came here for better opportunity. If this was a docile land with nothing on it, no infrastructure, no buildings, no culture, nothing, why would you come here? Before you even wanted to travel here or even think of an American dream, you, Shaboozey, with your super pigmented skin, you had to see Black Americans already doing it and accomplishing the dream to give you something to even look forward to, as well as every other immigrant that is not just a straight up Caucasian. And y'all hijacking the civil rights movement, talking about, oh, civil rights, we deserve civil rights. First of all, if you are illegal, you cannot go to any other country and be an illegal citizen, an illegal immigrant, and then feel entitled and demand that the native, the people that's on the land allow you to steal their culture, and while feed it back to them, sell it back to them, and make it seem like they have absolutely nothing to do with it. This is very disrespectful. And if y'all don't see what's happening, because we've been fed the lie that we need to be so super inclusive when these people, especially over on the continent of Africa, are very tribal. They fight with each other. A Yoruba cannot go to an Igbo and say, I created Igbo, I created the foods that y'all eat, I'm in control of the language. That's not happening. They kicking each other out of the African countries over in Africa. Go and do some research. But yet they come here and they try to discredit Black Americans. They try to discredit chattel slavery. They try to discredit the fact that us, along with some of the pilgrims before the Ellis Islanders even came over here, when the conquistadors and all of them, we were the ones that was the labor force. Black American people Indigenous American people, y'all was calling African American, whatever which way you want to turn the key, was the first labor force in the United States of America. We built all of this. Now, I'm not saying that y'all didn't come here and add, but if you walk into a house that's already built, did you build a house or did you maybe reinstall a light bulb? Did you create the electricity? Did you build the toilet or did you plunge the toilet when it was stopped up? Did you paint the house or did you repair the paint once the paint started chipping? Did you lay the wood or did you repair the wood or the tile that was on the floor that needed to be replaced? I'm so sick of this. It's like recolonization. And like y'all literally are trying to erase us. And I get it. ICE is a thing. Y'all are fighting. We're going real hard for people that's illegal, which I don't understand that either. Now, I could see if they literally was just out there assembling a task force, just rounding up Latinos, Hispanics, Africans, Caribbeans, Eurasians, Europeans. I would understand that. But the ICE force is literally an agency that's enforcing immigration laws. They're not just rounding people up. Y'all comparing them to slave catchers and doing all of these other things, like trying to literally co-opt and colonize our history to make it fit your narrative, and it's disrespectful. It is utterly disrespectful. Immigrants did not build the United States of America. Black Americans did. Y'all wouldn't have been, like I said, you wouldn't have been able to come over here in search of a better nothing if it wasn't already better over here. What y'all think about this? It's getting to a point. They're trying to rewrite history. They're acting like white people at this point. They're acting like oppressive ass white people. They keep saying Black Americans or FBA in particular are white supremacists. No, immigrants got this immigrant superiority complex and they're trying to erase us. At least the white man will get up here and acknowledge the fact that we fucking contributed to this country. Y'all acting like we don't even fucking exist. And I'm not going for it. Now, you could get up in the comments and pop it and be mad and offended. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Because if all it takes is for y'all to bring y'all culture and make the world more colorful, then your own country should be lit up like a Christmas tree. If all you got to do is just work so hard, your own country, y'all all work hard, should be lit up like a Christmas tree. I love some African people. I love some Latino people. I love some Swedish people. I love people, some Asian people. I love all types of people. As a collective, though, the ones that's talking for y'all, that's getting up on these podiums, that's getting up on world stages, are trying to erase me and my ethnicity and my lineage. And I'm not going for it. It's disrespectful. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. What y'all think?
So the Nigerian country singer Shaboozey is receiving some backlash after saying the immigrants built America whilst receiving his Grammy. And obviously I'm not Black American, I'm Eritrean. However, I still think it's quite ignorant that he said that, considering the fact that without Black Americans fighting for their civil rights and the abolition of Jim Crow, the 1965 Immigration Act wouldn't be passed, which means immigrants as a whole would struggle to come to America and be able to make money and start businesses in America. But not only that, the fact that he himself is from Nigerian descent, yet he's literally accepting a Grammy Award for a genre of music that Black Americans created. He's a country music singer. Without Black Americans, your career wouldn't exist. So I feel like everyone should be a bit more mindful and give Black Americans the credit they deserve.
Shaboozey's Grammy acceptance speech had a lot of people talking. He dedicated his Grammy Award to immigrants and children of immigrants, stating that immigrants built the country. Obviously, this received a lot of pushback, especially from African Americans. Both sides are reacting to real historical truths, but just talking past each other. Enslaved African Americans built the foundation of the U.S., the economic foundation that is. From 1619 to 1865, enslaved Africans and their descendants built plantations, ports, railways, as well as early cities, produced cotton, tobacco, etc. These are foundational. But also immigrants absolutely helped to build and expand America. Large-scale immigration, whether that be Irish, Italian, Jewish, African, Caribbean, would power industrialization, urban infrastructure, agricultural, and even later tech. Many immigrants would face exploitation, racism, and even violence. The main difference is that they were legally human beings and not property. So yes, immigrants built America can flatten history, and can minimize the unique brutality that happened during chattel slavery. All in all, enslaved black Americans built the economic foundation of the US, while immigrants later built, expanded, and sustained the nation across several generations. Both are true and are not interchangeable experiences, and I think that Shaboozey was speaking specifically to his experience, but obviously it ended up causing a lot of rift.
And another thing about Shaboozey getting up there, flapping his gums talking about immigrants built America. I want to know what y'all mean by built. Because when foundational black Americans say that they are the foundation of this country, they're not just talking about building the White House or, Seneca Village or Black Wall Street or any other things that we built in this country. Like physical structures. We're not just talking about the physical structures. Foundational means we built the civil rights that you're using to come over here now. Black Americans built the country that you were able to come to take advantage of. Because I guarantee you, if I go to one of them countries that y'all say I look like so much, they not giving me shit. But when you come here, you can take advantage of all of our systems. Why? Because of my ancestors. Because of us. And then to turn around, get successful in our country, and then say, well, we built it all along. It was immigrants that built it. It's a slap in the face. It really is. And the way that y'all refuse to see the disrespect, I don't believe that you don't refuse. I believe that you know what you're saying. I believe every immigrant that says immigrants built America, while bypassing Black Americans, know exactly what they're doing. And it is direct disrespect to Black Americans in this country and our ancestors and everything that we've accomplished, because you wouldn't even be able to be here to say that had it not been for us. And that's what we need to understand is Black History Month. Black History Month is about Black American history. And if you want to participate in Black American history as an immigrant, that's what you need to do. If you want to participate in Black History Month, you need to be learning about Black American history all month long. Participate by boning up on the things and accomplishments of Black Americans. So you can stop being ignorant and say ignorant things that inadvertently or on purpose disrespect us. Because, come on, we're done with this. It's the big 2-6. We're done with this.
Immigrants built this country, literally. Actually.
Oh, y'all thought I thought he ate. There's an erasure of what actually happened in this country, who actually built this country, and that's what pisses us off. And it's crazy because you won for Best Country Duo. Even the groundwork Black American artists had to do in that space for you to be even considered for that award. It's not a diaspora award. It's simply Black Americans trying to remind y'all that no, this country was built on our backs. This country was built on Native American genocide. There would be no immigration without us. And when you guys make these big grand speeches and when you guys are talking about you guys coming here for a better life, you guys negate the fact that Black Americans have done so much groundwork. And we're tired of the Black Americans don't have culture conversations while you guys infiltrate our culture actively, consistently, all the time. I'm not saying his music wasn't doing good before, but we know who really put him out there even further. We get no acknowledgement when it comes to you guys becoming successful. And a big part of your success is because of us. Like I said, I don't think his intentions were in the wrong place, but all immigrants have Black Americans to thank for their acceptance. Point blank, period. Every fight that we have, everything that Black Americans have done, we have done it for everyone, despite no one paying it forward back. It's just annoying. I don't think Shaboozey meant any harm by his speech. I just feel like it's so annoying.
So Shaboozey pissed off a lot of people, especially Black Americans, in his acceptance speech at the Grammys. And although I know he was coming from a good place, I do think we need to have a conversation as a child of immigrants about the erasure of Black Americans and their contributions to America. Before people come in my comments trying to drag me, I have a degree in Africana Latin American Studies with an emphasis on the Black diaspora and the Caribbean as a whole. Okay, you cannot trick me. You cannot trick me. As a fellow child of immigrants, I understand his sentiments and I know exactly where he's coming from. Right now, it feels like the country is attacking immigrants, especially immigrants of color, right? And so there is this desire to just make it clear like, hey, immigrants have played a significant part of helping this country. And I think that where he was coming from was from a good place. But I would be remiss if we don't talk about the silent part of the conversation when it comes around who really built America. First of all, America was already built. Okay, Native Americans was already on this land. They were civil. They were doing their thing, and then people came and interrupted it. We then had enslaved African people that were here building it. A genocide and chattel slavery is what truly built America, like to the foundation of what it is. It laid the foundation for what America is today. And I think that the frustration that we're hearing from like our Black American like brothers and sisters is extremely valid. And I know right now because what's happening in the country, everybody's so emotional. We have all these feelings, but we got to say the quiet part out loud. Black Americans have played a significant part of American history. Like, if it was not for the sacrifices of Black Americans, if it was not for the sacrifices of Black Americans when they were enslaved, when they went through Reconstruction, when they went through Jim Crow, we as immigrants would not be here. Okay. In this fight, there's this continued erasure of the foundation of civil rights in this country, which can be attributed to Black Americans. If they had not set the foundation for revolting or galvanizing, coming together, having all of this like organization, we would still be having in the back of the bus. We would still be drinking from certain fountains, okay? We would still be at certain schools, okay? If it wasn't for them, no for in there not gonna make it. And let's not sit here and act like a lot of our immigrant parents do not come here and have been fed ideas about African Americans that are false. Let's not act like they don't come here and try to do everything in their power to separate themselves from the perception of Black Americans. Our parents, for the most part, have been taught this idea of Black Americans that have come from their oppressors, right? Like, they've been taught that Black Americans are lazy, they're violent, they're this, they're that. So when they come here, the first thing they want to do is take a big step away from them and sometimes align themselves more towards like whiteness. You have to start questioning your parents or start questioning the people in the community to be like, are Black Americans lazy or are they just no longer working for free? Right? Are they these like messed up people or have they been impacted by the crack epidemic? Are they these terrible people or do they experience redlining? Have they not been marginalized? Did they not get hung up on trees? Like, we are talking about a set of people that throughout time over and over again have laid the foundations for the liberties that we have today. The reason why we get taught such bad things about Black Americans is if we were to come here and actually have unity together, if all of us, if we stopped all these diaspora wars, we would be a unbreakable force. It's easier when we're divided, right? Perfect example. In Haiti, after the Haitian Revolution, Haiti became the first Black republic, first Black country, right? Slave owners were terrified. They were scared. So what they went and did across the entire Caribbean region is created all these terrible sentiments about Haitian people. They made Haitian people look like these cannibalistic, evil folks, right? Because they knew that they were outnumbered. And they knew that if Jamaica and Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, all of these different countries that had their own enslaved chattel slavery situation going on, if they started to catch wind on how them folks in Haiti started galvanizing and rocking they would be SOL. It took me going to college to realize, oh, that's why Haitians and Jamaicans don't really get along like that. That's why people have these weird views of Haiti. It's because of the fact that they were the first Black republic and the slave owners were terrified that what happened in Haiti was going to happen to them. All of the division, all of the ways that we have been taught bad things about each other and been taught to disband, we've already been torn apart in terms of chattel slavery, right? The diaspora is already diaspora because of slavery, right? But there's a mental part that comes with that can keep us in further division. So there has to be a way where we can say, yo, immigrants have contributed a lot to this country. Immigrants do not deserve to be going through what they're going through right now. ICE is running rampant. As someone who has a parent that's been deported, I know firsthand that experience is very traumatizing. It's a lot going on right now. But even in the midst of a lot going on, we do need to be cognizant of the fact that our Black American brothers and sisters paved the way. Because I could not imagine hopping on the CTA bus right now and being told to go sit in the back. I couldn't imagine going to the store right now and I need a sip of water. Girl, I don't even drink tap, but I need a sip of water and they tell me to go to the coloreds only. I don't know that life and I never will because of Black Americans. Another thing that we got to bring up is like the ratio of Black to white is extremely different in the Caribbean, for example. Like in Jamaica, the ratio of Black to white, like during the times of enslavement, maybe like 10-1 in the Caribbean, and then in the United States, for every one Black person, it was like 5 white folks, right? So imagine, like, even though we experience like racism and classism to our own extent in our home countries, it's nothing compared to when you are severely outnumbered. On top of that, the version of Black American history that we do get is extremely, extremely, extremely sanitized. Like they've completely ripped out the essence of a lot of Black history. If you don't go to the library or if you don't purposely go to college and make sure that you find professors and study Black American history, you will have you won't even know the essence of the ways that Black Americans have shown up in this country. So it's an undercurrent of the continued erasure of Black Americans. We didn't learn about Black Americans in school. We didn't learn about Black Americans on TV. The only thing we learned were the bad stuff and that MLK had a dream and everybody watched My Dear Friend Martin, 5th grade, when the VHSs was still happening. Okay, that's the majority of what we learned about Black Americans outside of the fact that they were slaves. That's all we knew. That's all we've been taught, and it's because their impact has continuously been erased. So they have a right to be upset, girl. I'm just saying, hear them out. Like at the end of the day, these are folks that have laid the foundations for this country that we get to experience. It's a privilege, but they have yet to experience the fruit of their labors. And on top of that, they continue to get erased when we speak about revolutions and when we talk about history and all that stuff. Everybody be like, I ain't my ancestors. The ancestors is the reason why we are not drinking from the coloreds only faucet. Hear them out.
Shaboozey responds to the backlash he received for his Grammy speech. Let's get into it. On Sunday, Shaboozey won the Grammy for Best Country Duo Group Performance, along with Jelly Roll. And at one point during the speech, he talks about how immigrants built this country. Watch this clip.
And again, the last thing I want to say, immigrants built this country, literally. So this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color. I love y'all so much.
And Shaboozey has responded to the backlash. He says, first and foremost, I want to express my deep gratitude to everyone who has supported and celebrated my journey as an artist. I also want to acknowledge the conversation surrounding my acceptance speech. To be clear, I know and believe that we Black people have also built this country. My words were never intended to dismiss the truth. I am both a Black man and the son of Nigerian immigrants. And in the overwhelming moment of winning my first Grammy, my focus was on honoring the sacrifices my parents made by coming to this country, to give me and my siblings opportunities that they never had. At the same time, winning this award on the first day of Black History Month, and becoming the first Black man to win Best Country Duo is Black history. It stands on the foundation laid by the generation of Black people who fought, sacrificed, and succeeded long before me. This moment belongs to all of us. My entire career has been rooted in lifting people up, honoring where we come from, and explaining what's possible. I am proud to be part of this legacy, and I intend to continue doing that work for the rest of my life. What a legend. I absolutely love this guy. What are your thoughts?
Now let's get personal for a moment. Think about your grandparents, your great-grandparents, the people who worked in, day out, just to make a life for their children in a country that wasn't built for them. That's Black American. That's history that you can't erase. So when Shaboozey says immigrants built America, it felt like someone is stepping on their story, on their struggles, and pretending it never happened. And that's why people are speaking out, because their history, their contribution, and their very existence that deserves to be recognized. This isn't about hating immigrants. It's about telling the truth. It's about making sure that Black American gets credit where it's due. You have been building, creating, surviving for centuries, often in silence, while people forget. So Shaboozey needs to take a step back, listen, learn, Don't erase communities to make a point and sound informed. Don't erase communities to make a point or sound informed. Black Americans will continue to call out disrespect. And honestly, that's not going anywhere. Their history, their pride, their voice will always be here, loud and clear and unapologetic. At the end of the day, words matter, facts matter, respect matter. And he lost this one. If this video resonated you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I want to hear from you. Comment your thoughts below and let me know what you think about this whole situation. Let's keep the conversation respectful. See you in my next video.